I've been wanting an electric battery-powered impact wrench for a long time, so I'm super excited to get this. And also, I didn't realize it, but it comes with a full set, well, not a full set, but a set of sockets, deep well, from 17 to 22. Yeah, 17 to 22. So they're not SAE, they are metric, but they would be similar to some SAE sizes. Let's explain the stuff in the box here. So we got the charger and two batteries, 4 amp hour, 4,000 milliamp hour. The charger plugs into this plug right there. That little plug in there. Comes with a manual that is pretty self-explanatory. Talks about the different things. I'm not sure what you see in there. One little thing that I didn't see in the manual at all, and when I found these, I go, what is this stuff? This rings and this little steel pin that was loose just floating around in there, and I'm glad I didn't lose it, lock the socket onto the shaft. That hole there, plus the hole in that socket right there, you put the socket on the shaft, line it up so that you can see the hole right there, put the steel shaft through, then put the O-ring in this groove right over the top of it, and it locks on so it doesn't come off. So if you don't want your socket to come off, and it's going to be the one you're going to use for a long time, and maybe even your nut gets jammed in there and you have to pull on it, then you can pull on your impact and not pull your socket off. So that also is another good reason. So here's the impact. Heavy duty. It's got rubber molded into it for anti-drop and break it type thing. So this is a softer, flexible rubber molded into the case. It's got some mass to it. It's about as heavy as I expect it to be. Let's put a battery on it. Now I did notice, if there's one flaw in this thing that I've noticed, is that the battery doesn't quite fit. Now I don't know if it's a flaw in the battery. Both the batteries do the same thing, so it could be a manufacturing molding mistake on the battery or on the impact wrench itself. When you put the battery on there, it goes on, clicks on, it works, but you can see a gap right there. The battery really should go back and hit that, because when it does, the latch would actually latch. Right now the latch is missing the ability to latch by about that much distance, and I am maxed out. I'm hitting, something is hitting back in here, so it won't allow it to go any farther. So I don't know what that problem is, but it still works, and I'm not going to worry about that. So here's how you operate the impact. Here, let me focus a bit better. All right, we're focused on the control panel here. So when I pull the trigger, it's in the lock mode from the trigger right here, so it won't do anything. So I'll put it in, let's put it in reverse mode right now. So I pull the reverse mode, and the light lights up here, bright enough to see what you're doing. These come on. Oh, that was in forward mode. Let's go forward mode then. So this button here is in mode. It timed out, so it went back off. I woke it up. Let's wait till, there we got focus back. The mode can be changed when it's on but not running. So we got low speed, medium speed, and high speed. So let's go into low speed. It's got 3 settings on the trigger for speed settings: low, medium, high. So then I'll go to the middle setting, low, medium, high, which is higher, higher, and higher. And then I'll go to the highest setting, so if you're careful enough, you can get to 3 settings. So you can only change the mode when it's woke up and not running. And let's say put it in reverse mode. So now I flipped it to reverse. I don't have a speed setting. It's only one setting. You still have the multiple speeds of the trigger, but you don't have a high and low range. So let's give this a try here. One of the sockets that come with it is a 12, And that fits my lug nuts on my trailer here very close. Not perfect, but close enough to be to work here. Let me put the socket on the wrench here. Okay, now wake it up. I push the trigger and put it in reverse mode with the reverse here. And let's see what it does. Takes it off in seconds, or less than seconds. And put it back on. Wake it up. What mode are we in? Oh, battery came out. Yeah, I might investigate that a little bit more. That battery not sticking on there real tight. Okay, now wake it up again. We're in low power mode. Nice and tight. Works perfect, except that battery not latching in there. A little bit of a manufacturing defect, it sounds like. Okay, that's this. Got a battery update here. Had another battery that was identically manufactured, and I couldn't measure any difference between the two, but it fit just fine. Locked in there, no problem at all. So I went back to the original battery and tried to investigate more why it wasn't working. And finally I just pushed as hard as I could, jamming it on there, and it snapped. And now it will actually snap on there with only a little bit of force. There's something that is really tight right at the end, but it does fit. There's no crack here now, and the latch does latch. So the battery works, but I had to push it really hard, and I'm not sure why. Could be something to do with the connections down in here. They were getting stuck, or the first connection worked, second, I don't know, but it does work if I push real hard. All right, final update.
So this is a review on this Deyisha torque drill. Anyways, it feels like it's got a lot of torque, and I sure hope I'm doing the mode correctly, which is, you know, hammer and drill together. I tried both ways though. So press the button to get, and it's fully charged, as you can see. And in the mode, the little green light comes on, and I believe that's for hammer drill, but I'll try it the other way too. I thought it would crack these lugs. I'm sure it'll take them off their little crack, but it's not cracking them. I thought it would. If I switch modes, take that green light over there will go off. Wait for, I don't know if you can see it. Well, everything goes off at first. It's that green light right there is, you know, hammer drill, I believe, but I'll turn the mode off. Now that light's off, and try it. It's weaker without that mode. So I tried it about 3 times on these lug nuts. It wouldn't crack them. I don't know if that's typical or not. This is the first one of these I've had. So, but with the hammer drill mode, it feels like it's got a lot of torque. It's got more torque than my other drills, that's for sure. Even the hammer drills I have ones this size, but this is got torque, but it won't take those off. So I don't know what to say. But driving like big wood screws or wood bolts, it's driven 6-inch ones through fur, so I was pretty happy with that, and that's what I'll be using it for. I really won't be using it for tire lug nuts, so maybe this wasn't a good test. It also comes with 2 batteries, and it comes with some impact sockets, a set. So even though I didn't take these off, I'm not disappointed. It's got some torque. Like I said, if you're going to be driving you know, wood bolts for building decks or working on a house or whatever you're doing, this thing drives them great. That's probably what I should have done the video on, darn it. But anyways, it drives them good, the big ones. And I don't know how hard I actually put these on when I did put these on a long time ago, so it might not be a fair test. I'm not disappointed though. It's got some torque. It's got a nice light, comes on. The only thing is the battery's popped out on me a couple times, so maybe I don't have it in correctly, but I think I do. So that's about it on this. All right, hope that helps somebody.
Hi, this is my review of the Deyisha impact wrench today. It came in a nondescript cardboard box like this. It comes with a manual, which is not very useful. The wrench, 2 battery packs, the charger, set of sockets, which also came with a couple of O-rings and a set of pins. The batteries are charged with this charger by plugging into here and right in there, and it charges each battery pack separately. The battery pack is, the case itself is made from very lightweight plastic. Yeah, you kind of feel it. I mean, almost guaranteed to crack if you ever drop one of these, especially on this tool, because it's very heavy. The wrench itself, very sturdy, forward, reverse. When I had the battery pack on it, it certainly sounded like it will deliver the torque that it promises. So looking forward to trying that out. The sockets themselves, pretty low quality. This paint just kind of scratches off very easily. Now, the manual doesn't describe what these O-rings and pins are, but they're there to retain this socket in the wrench. If for whatever reasons, for whatever use that you have, that either you can't have these fall out of the wrench. So when you insert this, okay, there's a hole there that lines up with this hole there, and the O-ring goes over that hole to retain the pin. Okay, and that's what these are for. You know, it'd be nice if the manual actually talked about it, but the manual doesn't even talk about the sockets at all. And the case itself, not designed to hold these sockets. So it sits here kind of loose. So, you know, when you carry this, these are just going to rattle around inside the case. You know, maybe you care, maybe you don't, but you know, that's pretty low quality product packaging. Other than that, you know, maybe you get what you pay for. All right, this is my review.